It's time. Episode 2, Turnabout Airlines. The murder that occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day 2 days ago. Oh, why is there a puddle of blood next to Edgeworth? Go you Airlines, okay. Yes, everything began high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air to be precise. Thank you for flying with Go You Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts. Oh my! Well, Edgeworth is dead. March 12th, 6:13 a.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? 6:13, huh? Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Huh. Slight turbulence indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Though admittedly, I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. What's this? A travel wallet. But it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? My head. Why won't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel wallet later, or I'll hand it off to an attendant. Earthquake like turbulence to an elevator. Poor Edgeworth and his PTSD. It's like, I don't want to do this. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still young, but a young child. I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator. But how long am I going to let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. Here we go again, Edgeworth. What the? What in the world happened? Is something wrong, sir? I must ask that you return to your seat. He's dead. Please calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. What's wrong? Did something happen? You murderer! No, you have it all wrong. It wasn't me. March 12th, 6:41 a.m. Flight G390, second floor, first class. Everyone, I am sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Teniro. Unfortunately, we have just had a minor accident on this flight. Wait, Edwards is in handcuffs! Or he's tied up. Oh gosh, poor Edgeworth. An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse of it, and it was a murder. What? Murder? What's going on in this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make it to scheduled landing. We're still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we are out of the area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated. But someone got killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off! Please, there is no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. Sure you have. Got a steak with butter on top. You got a massive loaf of bread. And a gigantic sundae. Plus, you also got a gaming system. Whatever that is. There's some other stuff on the floor back there as well. Hey, what is all this? This guy is all terrified. Interesting. Also, this guy's probably the killer. That obvious envelope right there, that's gotta have something to do with this. I ask that everyone please remain calm. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edwards. I'm a prosecutor, and I assure you that I am not the killer. Ha! Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Now you listen here. I am not the killer. I simply found the body. So you say. However, I'm sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. On what grounds? I'm sure you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant. Well, you clearly have no honor because you have the wrong guy. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw. And there's even a very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? We have already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine, and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I'm getting accused of murder. Miss Teniro, is it? Yes. I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance to do what? A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask you what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing to give him a proper defense. Can a professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Good. Very well then, let's get started. I know for a fact that I didn't kill that man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. Alright. Bring it on, woman. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edwards, I am certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you standing there, with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. Do we have that envelope here? Yeah. Picked up off the floor in front of the elevator. It isn't mine, so whose is it? And I'm pretty sure, like, this is... The red on there is not blood. It is wine. See, body found at 6:15 a.m. inside the elevator, stopped at the first floor lounge. Let's see, okay, we got a magazine about the flight. So we got drinks at 10. Meal from 1 to 3. Drinks again at 5. Movie from 6 to 8. And there's also a meal at 7 to 9. All times correspond to our departure time zone. So if it was at 6:15, that means there was a movie going on. So that would eliminate. That could potentially eliminate a lot of people's alibi, or give a lot of people alibis, unless that's 6 p.m., not 6 a.m. See, thank you for choosing Go You Airlines. We wish that for you to have a if you require assistance at any time, please use the call button above your seat, and a flight attendant will come. Okay. License to Love, Laugh, Maim. Genre, super hard-boiled action. Runtime 120. So that's probably the movie that's playing. Don't really get to see too much on here. So if you please cooperate, we'll turn you over as soon as we land. And I already see her contradiction. That's it. That's her hard evidence. I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Oh, we could. We definitely could. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. You standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. Yeah, you're calling a little travel wallet a murder weapon? Objection! No. No. Miss Teniro. What is it you're yelling out all of a sudden? Force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Teniro. You say that you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct? Yes. All that blood drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but that so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. What? Yeah, lady, you mistake wine for blood, you're not a professional. Like, come on. I'd like to draw your attention to this. Do you know what this is? It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks big and bulky. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Miss Teniro. What? Impossible. Now then, do you still think I'm the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet? But I... I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did. As you can see, the wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you would agree it's only grape juice. Nah, it's totally wine. We're gonna say wine. Ah, Zen. That's right. You mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist. No! There goes my professionalism. There. That should clear up that pesky accusation. Wait a second. That is... I mean, the wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. There wouldn't be red juice on it, you freaking moron. If you wrap something heavy around it, it would still be a weapon. Then how the heck did the juice get on it? If it was wrapped in something else, there wouldn't be juice on it. Sometimes I hate witnesses. I demand that you show me what's inside, please. She's trembling at the and tacked on please at the end. Sounds like I got her. There's no need to look inside. Even you can tell from its appearance that it's light. No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of the wallet for myself. She's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Miss TheLordShiro, would you be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me? Alright. I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here. Has a KK on it. Oh no. Not here we go again with Virginia. Here we go again. Hi Virginia, how's it going? It seems his passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet was a murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree? Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? It's probably the victim's. That's my best guess. It's the victim's wallet. Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. The victim. Ackby Hicks. Republic of Virginia. This is. Just as I thought. This travel wallet belongs to Mr. Ackby Hicks. Which makes it the victim's property. Okay. So why was it on Edgeworth? I mean, the killer obviously had to plant it on Edgeworth. You stole the victim's wallet? Didn't you? Woman? How dare you? You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon. But it seems I was wrong about who the culprit is. It wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. As you claimed, the murder weapon is not a travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks' money, weren't you? Edgeworth is a prosecutor at a high level one at that. He doesn't need anyone else's money. So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me. I see. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hand. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? I don't know if it's gonna let us say it's like, will it let us count the pick us that we picked it up on the floor outside of the elevator? Most like, I think that's the only thing we can do.
Hold it!
You think I stole it? Yes, I'm very sorry to say it. I wouldn't usually be so rude, but it must be said. What purpose would stealing a wallet with just a passport in it do for us? Never thought I'd see the day, but here I am calling a passenger a thief. Maybe I should put on a serious face and say it more directly. I believe you removed the wallet from the victim's personage. It really doesn't matter how you phrase it. What I'd like to know is why you think I stole Mr. Hicks' wallet. I mean, this is a potential argument too. There's nothing in it.
Objection!
I wonder if I might get a word in, Miss Teniro. But what is it now? Miss Teniro, I wonder if you noticed a contradiction within your own testimony. What are you talking about? Simply put, as you saw with your own eyes, the only thing inside Mr. Hicks' wallet was his passport. She could easily just pull out and say, oh, you already removed the money. But, come on. If I really was after his money, then why would I steal the penniless traveler's wallet? But that's right. You, Mr. Edgeworth. You didn't know it was empty when you stole it. You would like to think that, but that's not possible. What do you mean it's not possible? There's no way the killer didn't know the wallet was empty to begin with. And what makes you so sure? How can I show that the killer knew the wallet was empty from the get-go? Is this where we talk about it being on the floor outside the elevator? I feel like it has to be the body then, right? Or can we present? No, we can't present profiles.
Take that!
If we recall the crime scene. Oh, there's money. I didn't really notice that. Yeah, there's money. There's money on the floor.
You fool!
I admit that the wallet was probably not empty at the time of the murder. That's pretty evident by the bills and the cards strewn around the inside of the elevator. Oh no! I think you've come to realize the problem with your logic. I would surmise that the victim's wallet fell out during their struggle, and that's when its contents emptied onto the floor of the elevator. I doubt the killer could have missed such an occurrence. Then, you're saying... Yes, according to your supposition, if I was a killer, I would have been going after the wallet I knew. I would have been going after a wallet I knew to be empty. And since I clearly was not attempting to gather the scattered money, it renders your argument of theft completely invalid. Oh, forgive me, please. Who's that guy? Also, this is probably where the victim was beforehand. Hey, what the heck? Are you saying that Lieutenant's wrong? The guy isn't the killer? Ha! Don't believe everyone. It's a trick. Will you all please be quiet? Miss Teniro. Yes? You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus the lounge was dark and looking into the light from the elevator. It's easy to see how you mistook my wallet in the hand for a murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you for releasing me. Oh look, this guy's Virginian. He's probably the killer. What is it now? Miss Tennyrow, could you please translate? I'd be much obliged. It sounds like Virginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... I said he's giving me a runabout. So he does speak English. I don't require any interpreter. I speak English just well, you see. You, the attendant. Yes, sir? I want a person to be under the arrest until we arrive at the airport. I want this person to be under arrest until we arrive at the airport. I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? What is it you want? I'm finished talking to the likes of you. If you would please hear what I have to... If you would... Please, I would like to hear what you would like me to be... Why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land. How dare you try to waste my time? You were the one who struck your nose into the affairs. I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious eye. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolent. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in England. English. Well, I should hope I'm not monetarily bankrupt, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I'm Zinc LeBlanc the second. I am a very wealthy man in Virginia. But I am not an ordinary rich man. I'm an art dealer, a rich seller of beauty. Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean just now? Pardon? When you said that Mr. Edwards was giving me the runabout. I have to explain. Unbelievable. I will say it once and only once. I do not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say. Yes, and yet you continue to blather on. I saw it. Yes, I did. I saw the victim go into the elevator. Going down to the lounge. It was at exactly 6 o'clock. What's the significance of that time? And what is the significance of that time? At 6, he says. That was 15 minutes before I found the body. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Body found at 6:15 a.m. At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body? Well, it was a little after that pack of turbulence, so I'd say around 6:15. Hicks. Was his name, was it? Then I say the man Hicks was killed within that 15 minutes. And the only person in the lounge at the time was this prosecutor, yes? Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Me too. I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice. I'm still eating. I still haven't finished, see? Greedy gut. The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No complaint, I see. Not a single word against this, right? I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me. Oh, so you say. But do you have what you say is evidence? Mr. Edwards, are you really the culprit after all? Miss LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw, enough to give testimony? Of course, I was looking at the man the whole time. He was playing with a little small machine the whole time. Hate to break it to you, buddy. I don't see a small machine on here. So... Machine. Yes, well, that's what you people call in English, yes? It was making me crazy with the click, click, click. From that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say, I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself. A simple cell phone, a laptop or organizer, I can see. But that kind of low budget? I hate all that. I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty. All it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw. Miss Teniro. Yes? I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What? You want to examine the crime scene? If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce the real culprit. I don't like the sound of that. Fox in a duck pen. Yes, I think that's how you say it in English. Sure. Sure. It's fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given a chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Miss Teniro, if you wait until we arrive, there is a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. Ha! This should not be approved. Please, Mr. LeBlanc. In an emergency, all decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Now please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. You're not planning to erase evidence when you're doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. Ha! We will see. Mr. Edwards, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. What? Unbelievable! I am in your debt, Miss Teniro. However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course. This will help prove that we don't tamper with evidence. Perfect. Of course. I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural that I'm still a suspect in this case. I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edwards' every move. Hope this reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edwards, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, feel free to talk to me. It's time to head to the scene of the crime. The first floor lounge. Now, we're investigating here first. This was Mr. Hicks' seat. I don't see the machine Mr. LeBlanc was talking about. Perhaps it's in the elevator? Maybe. We should probably head down to the crime scene now. Yeah, don't get near me, you criminal. Said don't get near me, you criminal. I'm not the killer, and I intend to prove that starting now. But that's contrary to the facts. He says, but that I can understand him. Shut up, Teniro. I can understand his English just fine, thank you very much. Thank you, Edwards. March 12th, 7:26 a.m. Flight G39, first floor lounge. I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Teniro. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. Just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota. I see. I will bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that. We reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making progress. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time. So my time runs out in his captain's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes in first class without a staff keycard. And we found no record of keycard being used at all. Which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near the crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Now then, let's get started. Well, where should we start from? Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, only one person in the lounge. The only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere. If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes. First order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. Which floors does this elevator service? Only the first and second, although it can go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew keycard. The only floors accessible are the first and second, huh? Won't rest until I inspect every suspicious looking nook and cranny. I wonder what was hanging from this lanyard. Something missing from this picture. Now if I could just put my finger on it. Is it this? What is this sinister looking figure on the floor here? Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Captain Ugo. This is one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop. The bank is a limited edition and is so popular that we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks' body was discovered. The banana is still fresh. Could this be the murder weapon? What are these cards? Money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I would guess it was all in Mr. Hicks' wallet at some point. Doubt anyone's expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. So, Mr. Hicks, he's really dead? Yes. She's trembling, although I can't fault her for that when there's a corpse right there. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes. So robbery wasn't the motive, but maybe there was something in what there could have been. Well, kind of like what I'm thinking right now. So, whatever was hanging from his neck was the target. Something was hanging from his neck on this van, but we don't know what that is yet. I see she's over the trembling now, although new symptoms seem to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' head. Could this be the cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard. Even his glasses are broken. He got struck in the back of the head, but his glasses are broken? Wait. That doesn't seem right. There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hope we won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. It's a picture. So it does look like a cell phone. So his cell phone is missing. Anything else we can tell about this picture? Nothing sticks out other than the red phone. Looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere. Up. Mr. Hicks' machine is nowhere to be found. His machine? Ahem. His cell phone, Miss Teniro. So I guess that's because it's not here. That is a potential. His glasses could have gotten broken during the scuffle, but I'm sure there's more significance than that. There's got to be a more specific reason to. Oh, it was just broken in the fight. No, they broke those glasses for a reason. Ace Attorney just like, oh, we're just gonna break this. Oh, they just broke in a fight. It's not that important. No, it's gonna be important. Every detail matters in Ace Attorney. Every single detail, even if you don't think it matters. Like, there's one Ace Attorney case you could give it a screwdriver that's like, oh, this is evidence from a different case. Probably not relevant. It becomes the most significant piece of evidence in the whole case. Yeah, the Ace Attorney series is so fun. I do recommend playing them. So I guess because it's not here. Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. Okay. Oh, I can't get up to that. Okay. Oh, they went through the gate. Looks like there's a couple traces here. So there's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I assumed it was spilled during this turbulence. Yeah, she is a bit of a dingbat. It's like, no, I think it's this. You've been proven wrong. Oh, we must clean it up or someone might get hurt. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I found some very important evidence. What important piece of evidence is in this scene? Footprints.
Take that!
What is it? They're a little smudged. I think we can both agree they're a set of footprints. So you think? Yes, they belong to our killer. Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class. I don't think that will be of any help to us.
Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which make it hard to get a definitive match.
Oh, I see. The in-flight shop is just beyond these shutters. But we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid we must leave them closed.
We're going to need in there eventually. There must be some clues to be found here, in this lounge. I must remain ever vigilant. Who or what is this?
This is a bronze statue of the founder of Go You Airlines, Mr. Ugo Hughes. The one to the left is of when he was in his 40s. And the other one is of him in his 80s.
They look identical. Did a man age at all over the 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more.
I mean, I see some differences, but it might just be shading. Can I not look at this bucket right here?
These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds they tell me nothing.
Mr. Edwards, you look like you're talking to the clouds.
Is that so? Tell me that. Then tell me, what do you suppose I said to them?
I don't know. You look like one rather one-sided conversation.
Yeah, all you have to do is look at the bottom of people's shoes.
But what Edgeworth was implying, like, she was saying, like, oh, let's go check everyone in first class's shoe sizes. I don't think that's going to happen, because even Edgeworth kind of pointed out, like, they went into the shop area and the grate is closed now. So I think whoever the killer is a staff member, 100%. I don't think any of the people in the first class flyers are the culprit. I think it's going to be a staff member.
The clouds, they tell me nothing. These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area.
Taking me much further worry, Mr. Edwards. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it does not clear any suspicion I have about you.
I wasn't trying to do that for your sake, for the sake of clearing my name. This door leads to the flight attendant's room.
Oh, this door leads to the flight attendant's room. Please understand that it's off limits to unauthorized personnel.
This room is giving off the scent of woman's perfume. One would think that perfume would smell great, however, to me, it simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies behind this door.
Perhaps we should return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth?
Sorry, I spaced out there for a second. This toppled over chair, yet another victim of the turbulence.
Ah, no, look at that grape juice stain in the back. May not look it, but the chair was extremely valuable.
It was.
Yes, it was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour this plane. The Rocker Pals leader sat in this very chair.
I'm sorry, but what are these Rocker Pals?
I can't believe you've never heard of them. They're all the rage. The Rocker Pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the pals part when they became more popular, especially among teens.
Ah, that explains it. I'm not really one of the music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get.
This grand piano is the pride of this plane. I can play the music of whatever CD we insert into this CD drive.
That's not a piano. It's more like an overgrown music box.
But it has but its keys to press along with the music, as though there really is someone playing it.
Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. Glasses and candles thrown into disarray by the turbulence.
It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second. I frankly started searching for gas valves to shut off.
I guess the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know, since I was unconscious for most of it. Pity that a bronze statue knows not when good drink has been spilt at its feet.
It's a statue of our founder, Mr. Hugo Hughes, who is a big fan of grape juice. I'm sure he would be thrilled if he knew so much grape juice was here at his feet.
Is that a hint of hero worshipping I detect? Oh. There's no grape juice residue on the soles of his shoes, making it highly unlikely that Mr. Hicks entered this elevator after the turbulence. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Okay, I think we need to start connecting stuff. Let's see, where was where could a killer have been? I think we can deduce that. I think this is one thing we can do. Statue with blood on it, lying next to the body of the man who had been beaten to death.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think you figured something out.
What? Yes, what is it?
The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wounds on the head.
Well, aren't we deserving of Master of Observation title?
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating?
It would appear that this figurine is our murder weapon.
Oh, I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of any other connection. You okay, girl?
Perhaps the Master of Obvious would be more befitting. Master of Oblivious would be more fitting.
I think it's probably wanting us to connect this. We're assuming that the footprints are the killers because there's no grape juice on the bottom of the victim's feet. Yeah, I don't know why her face is twitching. It's real weird. So where could the killer have been? Footprints on the floor. Should be able to connect these, right? Nope. I don't think the killer was necessarily in the elevator because I feel like the other Virginian guy would have noticed someone else there. I feel like something else has to connect here. I mean, the killer could have already been in the elevator. I guess that is a possibility. All right. There wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. And okay, so whoever was in it, I see why there was no card usage because it is going to be ended up having to be a staff member, I think. And the reason why like there was no one else was seen going in is because they were already in the elevator, and they came from the staff area, and they just went in the elevator and waited, so that way they wouldn't have a card usage read. Maybe?
Okay, now I think we can connect this to this. Because the footprints are coming away from the elevator. I have it.
I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder.
What? Really?
Yes, it's rather simple actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather the grape juice in this case. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact. That someone exited the elevator, alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person.
But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself?
Ah, but if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see his soles are spotless.
Which means?
Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator,